Machine learning is a subfield of AI that allows computers to learn from data. Machine learning can be used in many fields such as finance, biology, and marketing. In this video, I will cover XGBoost and show a practical example with a real-world dataset using the XGB regressor model. First, I am gonna talk about tree-based models. The tree-based models is one of the most used models in machine learning. To understand better XGBoost, let's take a look at what random forest is. A random forest consists of a collection of decision trees. The random forest based on the bagging technique. In this technique, each tree is independent, is trained using a different subset of features. After that, the model combines all results to get the final decision. Alternatively, you can train models sequentially. Each next model tries to fix errors from the previous one. This approach of combining models is known as boosting. The general idea behind boosting is to transform weak learners into strong learners by iteratively improving upon errors. Gradient boosting is a particular variation of the boosting method. It provides to minimize the errors of the residuals. So, what is XGBoost? Let's discuss XGBoost. XGBoost is short for Extreme Gradient Boosting. You can use the XGBoost package to implement gradient boosting. It provides a parallel tree boosting that solves many data science problems in a fast and accurate way. To install XGBoost, you can use pip install XGBoost command. So far, what I have talked about is the random forest, gradient boosting, and XGBoost. Let's move on and analyze a dataset with the XGBoost. To show XGBoost, let's load the bike rental dataset. First, I am gonna import pandas. Import pandas as pd. Now, let's load the dataset with the read CSV method in pandas. df equals pd.read CSV. Let me set name of the dataset. Bike rental CSV. Okay, we loaded the dataset. Let's take a look at the first 5 rows with the heat method. df.heat. Here you go. This dataset related to bike rental with suggests the date, temperature variables. Awesome. We saw the dataset. Understanding the dataset is one of the important steps of data analysis. After you explore the data, you can perform data processing and decide the model you will use. With the describe method, you can look at numerical statistics. df.describe. Let me use t attribute for performing transpose. You can see the numerical statistics in this table. Note that mean and median are close to one another. We can say that the data is roughly symmetrical. To understand the data, you can also use the info method. Let me show you. df.info. You can see general information about the columns and rows. The dataset consists of 721 rows and 16 columns. Here, you can also see columns types and missing data. You must handle missing data before building the model. Let's look at missing data of each column. df.isna.sum. Here you go. As you can see, there is a little bit of missing data in the dataset. To handle missing data, you can use some strategies. One common strategy is to replace missing data with the median or mean. Note that the median is often a better choice than the mean for dataset which includes the outliers. Let's use the median of each column for filling missing data. First, let me create a variable which includes the median of each column. Values equals curly brackets. Now, let's write first column that has missing data. yr colon. Let me find the median of this column. df square brackets yr dot median. Okay, we handled the first column. Now let's handle the other columns. To do this, I am gonna copy this code and paste 5 times. After that, I am gonna type each columns that includes missing data. Copy this column, paste here. 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 Finally, copy this column, paste here. Cool! We created the values variable. Let's pass this variable to the finna method. df.finna value equals values. To be permanent of changes, I'm gonna use the inplace parameter. Inplace equals true. Beautiful. We solved missing data problem. Let's check it out. To do this, I'm gonna use previous code. df dot is null dot sum. Here you go. As you can see, there is no any missing data in the dataset. Now, let's delete the columns that we won't use when building the model. df equals df dot drop. This CNT column is the sum of the casual and registered columns. So we can remove these two columns. To do this, I'm gonna type square brackets casual registered. The DTE day, which represent the dates, I'm gonna remove this column. DTE day. To drop on column, let me set axis equals 1. Okay, we specified the columns. In this analysis, our goal is to predict the number of bike rentals. Here, the target variable is the CNT column, which represents the number of bike rentals. Let's assign this column to X variable. Let's assign this column to Y variable. Y equals df. To select the CNT column, I'm gonna use the square brackets. CNT. Okay, we create the target variable. Now, let's create the feature variable. X equals df dot drop CNT axis equals 1. Cool, we created feature variable. Before building the model, we need to split the data into a training and test set. You use the training set for building the model and you use the test set for evaluating the model. Let's split our dataset with the train test split function in scikit-learn. First, let me import this function from sklearn model selection import train test split. Let's split the dataset with this function x train x test y train y test equals train test split. Let me set the variables x y. For reproducible, let me set random state equals 0. Awesome! So far, we performed data preprocessing and then split the dataset into training and test set. Since our target variable is numeric, we can use a regression model. To build the model, I'm gonna use XGBoost library. Let's build a XGBoost regression model. First, let me import the XGB regression class. From XGBoost import XGB regressor. To build the model, I am gonna use cross-validation technique. Let's import the cross-val score function. From sklearn model selection import cross-val score. Now let's use this function for building the model. First, I'm gonna create an object from XGB regression class. Model equals XGB regressor. Now let's build the model with the cross-val score function. XG scores equals cross-val score. First, let me write the model. Model. Let me type the feature and target variables x, y. Let me specify the metric scoring equals neg mean squared error. I'm gonna want to use 10-fold. To do this, CV equals 10. After that, let's find the RMSE by taking the square root of the negative scores. First, let me import numpy. Import numpy as np. And then RMSE equals np.sqrt minus xg scores. Let's take a look at this variable, RMSE. You can see 10 values for using 10-fold. Let's calculate the mean of these values. np.mean RMSE. To round for the first number of decimals, let me use the round method. Here you go. So, we found the RMSE metric. Okay, we built a XGB regressor model and saw the performance of the model. Let's compare this model with a regression model. To do this, I am gonna train a simple linear regression model. Let me import the linear regression class from sklearn linear model import linear regression. Let's create an object from this class. LR equals linear regression. After that, I'm gonna build the model with the crosswalk score technique. LR scores crosswalk score. Let me set linear regression model LR. After that, I'm gonna write x and y variables. Let me specify the scoring parameter nec mean squared error CV equals 10. Cool, the model is built. Next, let's calculate the root mean square error metric. LR RMSE equals mp dot sqrt minus LR scores. Since I use tenfold, 10 RMSE values are calculated. Let's calculate the mean of these values. LR RMSE dot mean dot round. Here you go. We will say the performance of XGBoost model is better than the performance of linear regression. So far, I talked about what XGBoost is and then I showed how to build a XGBoost model. Lastly, I compared this model with a simple linear model. That's it. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe our channel, like the video and give a comment. See you in the next video. Bye for now.